So today, start cutting out the context buildings for the site. I'll stack these together to get about approximately the right height for the buildings, glue them, paint them gray to match the site, and drop them in. There you go. Welcome to episode 5. So lots been happening since the last video. I gave my midpoint review pitch. It was kind of an update presentation to the review team as far as what my thesis project is, what I'm trying to achieve with this project. There's been a little bit of continued evolution with the thesis proposal itself. So maybe it's focusing less on that city center and kind of pushing more into like that idea of these social connections and these intersections where people meet and come together, and how do we embrace that, especially as a transit station where you have this diversity of people using it and coming through it. How can we build more of a social engagement and a social ownership to that space to start connecting us on a human scale in a very public atmosphere and a public utility. Now starting to get into a little bit more of the spatial analysis of the site. So how are things distributed throughout? How do they connect? So one thing that I'm doing with this project is I'm trying to prioritize circulation. So I studied, so in the following example, you'll see I studied how do people move through an open plaza? How do people kind of move through that space? So what's interesting to see is that people don't move linearly. Everyone kind of moves in this very organic manner where there's almost this slow curves. And so how do we capture that on our site? So how can we utilize that? And how can we design out a circulation that allows for both the efficiency of people to move in and out of the station who just need to go from the train to their destination quickly, but how can we also design that circulation in a way that encourages people to maybe slow down a little bit, to stop and connect with one another? How do we even design out that social engagement? So we're trying to design that circulation in two ways, that it allows for this efficiency of movement, but also that it gives the opportunity for people to slow down and rest. So two kind of opposing ideas that we'll see how it kind of plays out if we can find maybe a way that those can coexist together. Thanks for watching. So in the coming weeks we'll be getting a little bit more into the detail of what this site plan looks like. We're going to be looking into the local building codes for the city and what limits there are in the building, what opportunities we have, and what are the kind of limitations we need to work within. So please feel free to comment if you have any questions so far, subscribe, and continue to watch and follow along this journey. Thanks.
Cheese. Daddy, you're going to act so silly.